Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at is just basic area and perimeter. The reason why we're looking at this is not only will you have to deal with area and perimeter when you get to geometry, you're also going to have to deal with like surface area and volume, and having just a basic understanding of area and perimeter and reviewing it, because you guys haven't seen it since 8th grade probably, is going to be good for you guys. So we have 4 different shapes here: a square and a rectangle. Area of a square is one of the side lengths squared because they're the same. Area of a rectangle is length times width. You don't really have to remember how to find area of a square. You could just do length times width because all squares are rectangles. The perimeter of a rectangle, they have us do 2 times length plus width. So add together the length and the width and then double that. I honestly just add all 4 of them up. For a triangle, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, and the perimeter of a triangle is adding up all 3 sides. Then circles, area is pi r squared, and then the perimeter, which is also called the circumference of a circle, is 2 pi r. With pi, we are going to use the pi button in our calculator. So in your calculator, it is above the little upward arrow caret key, so you'll have to hit second pi to get there. If you don't want to use that, you can also just use 3.14, and you shouldn't be too far off. But in the future, people will probably ask you to use exactly pi, so they're going to want you to use the pi key. Is that what they have them do in geometry? Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's get started. We are finding area and perimeter, or area and circumference, for all of these shapes. So this first one is a rectangle. So area of a rectangle is length times width, so I need to do 13 times 11. And I'm writing down my work on the notes so that I know where this came from. 13 times 11 is 143. And then since it's centimeters times centimeters, for area, it's always going to be whatever the unit is. So this is going to be centimeters squared. So my area is 143 centimeters squared. Okay, for the perimeter, I need to add up all 4 sides, or I can add up these 2 and then double it. I honestly like to just add up all 4 sides. So this is also 13, and this is also 11. So I'm just going to do 13 plus 11 plus 13 48. Plus 11, which is apparently 48. Thank you. Faster than me. 48 what? Centimeters. Cool. Any questions about a rectangle? All right. The next thing then is a triangle. So triangles, the area is a little bit trickier. We have to do 1/2 base times height. And height of the triangles, not this guy or this guy. It's this dotted one that's going up the middle. So our area for a triangle is going to be 1/2 times the base of my triangle. What's the base of my triangle? 12 times what's the height of my triangle? 8. So 1/2 times 12 times 8. When you need to go put that in your calculator, you've got 2 options. You actually have like 3 options. You could do 12 times 8, then divide by 2. You could do 1 divided by 2 times 12 times 8. Or another option, what is 1/2 as a decimal? 0.5. So I could do 0.5 times 12 times 8. It's going to be the least buttons. And I get 48. That's going to be 48. Since it's area, that is centimeters squared. Okay, last one is or the last one for this one, before we do our circle, is perimeter of a triangle. We have to add up all of the side lengths. So we're not going to use the 8 at all, because the 8 is that height in the middle. We're going to do 10 plus 10 plus 12.
32.
10 plus 10 plus 12. Tay is adding faster than I physically can today. 12 plus 10 is 22, plus another 10 is 32. Yes, so 32 centimeters. Hey, any questions on rectangles or triangles? Okay, I did not put an example of a square down. A square is just a rectangle where two of the sides happen to be the same, where the two sides happen to be the same length. Nothing too crazy. All right, so last one is our circle. Circle is the weirdest one because we have to have like specific formulas and we got to use that pi value. So our area for a circle is pi r squared. R is the radius of a circle, which is the distance from the middle of the circle out to any side. And so since it's a circle, that distance would be the same anywhere. So our area is going to be pi times 12 squared. In our calculator, you have to hit the second button, and then pi is the button above the division key. And then we do times 12 squared. Pi r squared. And I get 452, and then that's going to round up to 0.4. Remember, we're rounding to the nearest tenth. So I've got 452.4. So we've got 452.4, and then that's going to be inches squared. Okay. And then circumference is 2 times pi times r. So that's going to be 2 times pi, and then the only thing I need to plug in is my r, so that's 12. So 2 times pi times 12. 2 times pi times 12 is 75.4. Okay. And then again, circumference is just another name for the perimeter of a circle. Why is, Mrs. Garrett, why is circumference a thing? Like, why do we use the word circumference and we don't just call everything perimeter? Like, I understand the word circumference means like the distance around a circle. Okay, I'm going to stop this recording and then look it up. Bye, recording. Hey, any questions right now?